Our story takes place in a desolate, near-future South Korea, a country overwhelmed by severe economic deprivation. A crippling international debt has caused total economic breakdown, rendering hundreds of thousands of citizens homeless and sparking civil insurrection. This destabilized atmosphere has also created a new generation of criminal gangs. They are two young guys we encounter here as the protagonist, formerly Jang-ho, and the strategist, formerly Ki-hoon, who are barely scrounging a living. They possess no worthwhile asset other than a worn-out car, and a job is impossible. They go one day to a detention facility to greet their good buddy, the mastermind, formerly Junsak, who is getting out after 3 years. It's found that the trio had once attempted a jewel robbery that failed, so the mastermind relinquished his freedom to ensure that his friends made off safely. Theirs is a joyous reunion, and the mastermind has a strong desire to leave their past behind. That evening, the three of them join their mates in a well-known nightclub. The mastermind reveals to them his vision of escaping their current plight, detailing how he met a buddy in prison who had offered a chance for them to start anew. This friend is offering a house and a company on an island, which sounds not unlike a tropical paradise, for what seems like a fair price, some $200,000. He dreams of them all moving there. His friends do not appear to share his passion, and this leaves him perplexed. Upon their return, the mastermind revises his proposal to take the money from their previous heist. To his horror, the protagonist and strategist inform him that the national currency has depreciated, and the country's economy uses virtually all foreign currency. The stolen cash is worth almost nothing, reducing to less than $2,000 due to runaway inflation. This information crushes the mastermind's spirits. The following day, the trio visit Mastermind's old family business that lies in ruins. He exchanges flowers for a portrait of his deceased mother, declaring his long-standing desire to move to a peaceful, beachfront paradise with her. One night, in a desperate attempt to get cash, the gang goes to a high-end gaming hall. The mastermind notices a large safe in a back room, filled with stacks of cash. A little while later, a service staff, the insider, former Sang-gu, arrives with his drinks. The mastermind instantly entraps him outside. It transpires that the three men had a falling out with the insider, who was in debt to the mastermind by a large amount. They visit him, threatening to collect what they're owed, plus interest, but the insider maintains he can't pay them, considering the financial crisis. Having no choice, the mastermind suggests another plan. They will steal at the casino, and the insider will help. His friends are appalled, reminding him of the brutal gang that owns the place and the real threats of capture or worse. But the mastermind is adamant with passion that the dream of a new life kept him going through his time behind bars, and he's convinced he can make it happen. He vows this will be the last crime. The next day, the protagonist convinces the strategist to join the plan, invoking the mastermind's sacrifice and their dire future in their current situation. The strategist having agreed to join the plan, the four friends begin to plan the heist meticulously. They conduct reconnaissance, design blueprints, and use the insider to gather information about the establishment's security. Other than the financial aspect, they mainly want to take out the surveillance hard drives so they can destroy all the evidence. They calculate that they only have 5 minutes to do the job before the establishment enforcers arrive. They then visit an arms dealer who outfits them with a variety of weapons and defense. The dealer, unaware of their precise objective, is sympathetic to the mastermind, warning him to be cautious and remarking on the harshness of the underworld. With everything in place, the night of the heist arrives. The four men execute their plan. In the facility, the mastermind tasks the protagonist with the critical task of securing the money and hard drives from the vault. They break in through a back door, proceed to an upper floor, and stage their guns and masks. The strategist enters the main room and shoots a bullet in the air, sending the room into disarray. Security is overpowered quickly, and everyone in the room is taken hostage. An employee hits an alarm, seemingly alerting the owners of the establishment. The protagonist moves quickly to the office, incapacitates one person, and forces another to crack open the safe. cash is rapidly stuffed into bags, and the team takes a warning shot before the rapid departure. On their way out, they observe the goons of the establishment have preceded them outside. They take a different route to the roof, attempting an alternate escape route, but the building is sealed off and gunshots echo. Mercifully unharmed, the crew reaches their car and speed away, escaping their attackers unchallenged. They revel in the seemingly flawless execution. The following day, we meet a rigid character, the Hunter, formerly Han, who is questioning and brutally murdering individuals. A couple of corpses demonstrate his brutality. The owner of the facility calls him and informs him of last night's robbery and requests that he trace the robbers. The owner's greatest concern is not the robbed money, but the surveillance hard drives containing incriminating evidence on high-profile clients. Meanwhile, the young men are preparing to depart for the island the next day. The mastermind invites the insider to join them, but he declines, explaining that he would be noticed by people if he were to depart his workplace. The mastermind gets back his share of the money, and the insider expresses gratitude for past help. They bid each other farewell, with the mastermind warning him to be cautious. Subsequently, the strategist says goodbye to his parents, which makes his friends who have no family feel sad. The protagonist regrets, and the mastermind tells him that they are now his family. The three then decide to spend the night at a hotel ahead of their ferry ride in the morning to the island.
That night, the mastermind wakes from a nightmare and tries repeatedly to call the insider, but fails. He goes to the hotel bar and keeps trying to call his friend, but is shocked to hear the ringtone of a nearby phone, and in the presence of none other than the Hunter. The mastermind's repeated calls mean the insider's phone is held by the Hunter. Horror-stricken, he flees to their room and instructs his friends to get out immediately, and says nothing but that they are in imminent peril. The three make a dash for their car and are ready to drive away, but discover it will not start, seemingly sabotaged. Panicked, the protagonist attempts to hotwire another vehicle close by, but an ear-piercing anti-theft alarm bellows, alerting the Hunter to their presence. The three succeed in getting the car moving and drive off, but the Hunter appears out of nowhere in their path. They attempt to run him over, but he shoots at them. The protagonist is seriously injured and the strategist faints. The Hunter smashes the windows of the car, drags out the mastermind, and points a gun at him. The mastermind closes his eyes and accepts his fate. But the relentless Hunter, seemingly not satisfied, provides him with a 5-minute head start, threatening to chase him once more. Traumatized, but capitalizing on the opportunity, the mastermind races away immediately. The strategist wakes up shortly thereafter, and they notice that the protagonist is deteriorating. They rush him to the hospital, where he is treated and stabilizes somewhat. The mastermind, concerned about the Hunter's return, orders the strategist out, but the latter refuses, claiming the protagonist can't leave in his state and that they are protected at the hospital. Subsequently, the mastermind is tormented by nightmares, never quite managing to achieve restful sleep. He discovers a new arrival and, closer observation confirming, it is the Hunter. He awakens his friends immediately, and despite the protagonist being in ill health, they have no choice but to leave. The Hunter summons the insider's phone to ring the mastermind. Hearing ringing, upon entering the room, he discovers the three have made their escape, leaving behind the phone. The three make their attempted escape by elevator when they are spotted by the Hunter and are fired upon a few times. They are not hit and can manage to make a frantic getaway out. They go on to steal the Hunter's vehicle, thereby keeping him from pursuing them any longer, and escape. They give a sigh of relief, believing they have managed to escape the madman, only to be shocked to discover they are driving a police vehicle, which implies the Hunter is a cop or has higher-up connections. They receive a call from the Hunter. The mastermind promises to repay the money stolen and surrender to the police, but the Hunter tells him it does not matter, since he does not want the money and has already achieved his actual purpose. The mastermind asks him what he actually wants, and the Hunter answers that he must finish what he started. Later on, the police officers arrive and arrest the Hunter for his behavior at the hospital. He does not struggle, but surrenders. Their mission is interrupted, though, when an authority officer arrives and gives instructions to release the Hunter, meaning he must have influential connections within the system. The next morning, the three reach a border crossing where the mastermind learns from his contact that even though they depart now, the boat will not reach until the following day. The contact takes them to sleeping at his former apartment nearby. Having no other option, the three agree and finds themselves shortly at the vacant dwelling. Meanwhile, the strategist becomes increasingly concerned about his parents and tells his friends he has made up his mind to go back home. He asks the mastermind to organize him a room at their new house on the island, promising that he will be joining them shortly. Elsewhere, we encountered the twin brother of the gun dealer, a menacing criminal who is the enforcer, formerly Bongsu, elated by his brother's death. The enforcer learns that the killer, the hunter, happens to be at one of their caches of guns, and the enforcer tells his men to let him go for now. The enforcer rigs a tracking device on the hunter's backpack to kill him personally. At the same time, the strategist's parents are seen exiting their residence when they are confronted by a group of goons from the gaming house. Later, the strategist speaks to his mom and finds her crying. She does not say anything specific, but simply wants him to have a good journey. Feeling something is terribly amiss, he makes a decision to hasten back home. The protagonist is asleep, and therefore the strategist bids farewell to the mastermind and promises to get to see him again soon. It is nighttime, and the mastermind notices a suspicious vehicle outside the building, aware the hunter has trailed them to the place. He tries to find the protagonist, but fails, and he freaks out. He begins looking for his friend, but the hunter appears out of nowhere and shoots at him. The mastermind barely escapes. Then he looks out and sees the protagonist, and the two immediately jump in their car to escape. But the hunter blocks their path and shoots wildly. During a split second when the killer is out of sight, the two men decide to disperse in order to corner him. They soon spot the hunter in the distance and, as if cueing, launch a simultaneous attack. But their relentless pursuer is far more seasoned and skillfully sidesteps their assault. He fires a few shots, savagely wounding the protagonist. An enraged mastermind begins to fire, and the hunter has no choice but to retreat finally and seek cover behind a car. The mastermind drags his friend to safety, shocked to find him riddled with bullets. It's clear the protagonist is a goner. He orders his friend to escape on the ship without him, even if he dies. The protagonist does indeed die of his wounds, and this further engenders the mastermind's raging anger. He fires a chain of shots at the hunter, but the latter returns fire, easily bringing the mastermind crashing down. But the hunter is not able to carry out a killing shot before a column of car headlights illuminates him from the rear. It is the enforcer and his men, who now begin to firing persistently at the hunter. The persistent hunter strikes back with immense brutality, killing a number of men despite being outnumbered. But he is ultimately gunned down brutally and slumps into the sea nearby in desperation. The criminals continue firing into the sea, verifying his death. The next day, dejected mastermind boards the ship alone to the island. The story picks up at a later time when the mastermind is doing well, running a bicycle shop on the island. His loneliness runs deep, and he cries easily, yearning for his friends. One day, his island contact appears, presenting him with a list of individuals who are connected with the group he used to steal from. In a shocking twist, the hunter is alive and has slain the enforcer's whole syndicate, breaking down their syndicate. The contact also reveals that rumors spread when once the hunter starts to kill, he does not leave until his goal is achieved. They are also informed that the strategist was fatally murdered upon returning home, a fact unknown to the mastermind, who is still holding on to hope of their reunion. Throughout the days that follow, the mastermind is tormented by the fact that the hunter manages to survive. Instead of living his days in fear, he begins rigorous training and honing his combat skills. The movie culminates in the mastermind's decision to return to South Korea, fully aware that he will never find peace until the relentless pursuer is stopped for good.